Greetings, greetings, greetings. We have a lot to talk about today. And I just want to say thank you for the early super chat from Mark Fields for $4.99 saying, hello, you are wonderful people. It's been a rough day. My mom has, my mom has passed away. I'm so very sorry, Mark. My condolences, my thoughts, my prayers are with you and your family. I wish you all beautiful people, positive vibes. I wish you a better day, my friend. I'm so very sorry. Again, my condolences, sir. My heart's with you this day. Goodness. I'm so very sorry. And thank you for the super chat, Mark. That had to be a hard one to send. Well, it is Tuesday, the 4th of March, and we are underway. We've got a lot of great things to talk about, some silly things to talk about, and some not so great things to talk about in the short time we have together today. Oh, it's a bird. Oh, a Malaccan. I thought it was your Malaccan cockatoo. I thought it was your mom. I misread that. I think the super chat was garbled on my end. I'm sorry about that. It's a Malaccan cockatoo, and I understand. I can see the beautiful picture there, and that's very sad. I'm sorry. My prayers and condolences are with you, because I know how much birds can be a big part of your life. They kind of turn into family, and they have their own personalities and everything else. So I'm very sorry, Mark. I'm very sorry. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see that at least we can visit on some more positive things. So we've got, again, stories out there about a great many things, and more Oscars, of course. That's kind of what today is all about. We've got so much out there. I put together, I think, 3 videos yesterday. I got more on the way. Star Wars for sale, obviously, is going to be a big point of conversation for a while. We've got just tons. So let's get into it. Say hi to a few more folks here. Again, I'm so very sorry. Mark, I'm sorry. Troy Pacelli is here, and so is our favorite polar bear. We got Scott Shook out there, Captain Fandom Nerd. It is Fat Tuesday. That's right, Kaladin 910. Always a fun day. Last day to indulge, let's say. Barney Fife is here with his 1 bullet. Mark Nichols is in the house. Happy Tuesday. We got a few other folks popping in. We got people on the green machine. We got, of course, Ms. Pick Cafe, Caveat Ties, Mo Beta, and we are missing Weatherman again. Oh man, I hope everything's okay with Weatherman. Magnify's in the house, and that would be Tom. Tom's also over here. A few other folks rolling in the door, of course, like Jan Monroe, the lovely Jill. We got our friend Joseph A. in the house. Culturians, my friends. So much more. Let's see. John Gibson III's in the house. What's up? You got 11 Alpha in the house. You do realize this thumbnail is the opposite of clickbait, right? I do. Yeah. But it'll be self-explanatory in just a sec. So the Bat Cap is here. Good to see you, my friend. And Griffin's here. What's up, Griffin? Good to see you, buddy. SFX of 314 Sabretooth Raptor is here. Andy Masterson is here with all of his talent. Terry Rose is here. Culture to Culture AM. That's right. Lee Kindler's joining us. Butterbiscuit 92 and so many more. Let's see. We've got lots of stuff going on. And I want to get to it right now. Randall Orser is here. Hello, my friendly Canadian. Frank's here. What's up, Frank? Rogue Thinka. Good morning to you. Istaphobos is here. We've got ourselves a final monkey. Hello, hello. Let's see. Snakes and Funerals is here. What's up, Snakes? Mr. Stack. Help, I'm losing my stocks. Yeah, not so much stocks going on. Hello and good morning, Linda. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it. And today we are going to be talking about Deadline's article on Karla Sofía Gascón, thanking the Academy for the Oscars and saying, especially your fabulous host, Jimmy Kimmel. And what's funny is that comes from a joke that it was not a dig. It was presented as one. But that was presented as a joke that was brought to Karla, this person, by Conan himself. And let me tell you, they're very impressed with Conan O'Brien's performance at the Oscars and are looking to maybe bring him back for next year. Rob Mills talks a little bit about what is going on as far as the Hulu glitches and the fact that if you're watching on Hulu, you missed basically the end of the show, including the two most important awards. Beyond all of that, I'll just say that Conan has always been funny. He's always been a gentleman, and he even when he does his kind of a dig jokes, they're all done very well. I imagine he will be back, and I also imagine that fewer people will watch the show. Why? Well, let's talk about the fact that Oscar viewership dipped 7%, even with Hulu and other things. Plus, it was just too long. These shows tend to be long. It just let people talk on, and they put some people together that really didn't like each other, and you could tell. But what most struck everybody is that this Gene Hackman thing isn't going away. And while they made the last-minute rush at the Oscars to talk about he and his wife, they still really don't know what happened. There's erratic reports about Gene's health towards the end of his life, and the fact that his pacemaker stopped basically in the middle of the month. So it's no wonder they were found up there kind of in rough shape after they'd passed. Technicolor is dead. It imploded. 6 weeks ago, not so much. Lots of flowery news coming from inside, but it's not just Technicolor. It's everything that they controlled and that they were responsible for. And some of those things are up here on the screen. And one of the outlets that they owned was The Mill, which we talked about in relation to Doctor Who. And if you haven't seen that video yet, it's one that I just released in the last 2 days, and it should be listed down below in the descriptions. We've got the BBC chair, who's pretty worthless over there, telling everybody what we already knew. The BBC, when it comes to making things, there's a lot of people not doing their job, and so the impartiality around their Gaza doc has been in question. There hasn't been appropriate follow-up, and yet they're still considering releasing it, at least according to Tim Davies, who I think is probably the worst choice you could have gotten for over there. But then again, it's government TV, state-sponsored propaganda, and that's what you're going to get every time. Millie Bobby Brown is not particularly enthralled with journalists of late. She seems to take aim at some disillusioned writers who are writing some very ridiculous articles about her appearance. Well, she's firing back saying, look, I'm a grown woman now, and she is, obviously layering her makeup. I don't know. I mean, what else do you want her to do? She just has to be an adult. But sometimes when you want to be an adult, you get involved in the Handmaid's Tale sequel. That's right. The Testaments got their casting together, and Lucy Holiday is going to be Daisy in that. If you know anything about this series, I can tell you right now, we're far away from this kind of a world, and the fact that they like to live and dwell in it, to me, is fairly ridiculous. We've got Jon Stewart saying, hey, welcome on, Elon. He'd be delighted to host him, and mocks the notion that he is too partisan. Well, we'll have to see if this comes about. U.S. tariffs on Canada and Mexico take effect today, just a few hours ago, in fact. China and Mexico, Canada, all decide to retaliate, which is silly. because we make a lot of the goods that they're going to retaliate with here. And so we can just rely on our own supply until they realize it's futile. Mexico is definitely going to be attempting retaliatory tariffs. I guess avocados from Mexico will be coming from New Mexico this time. We've got China slapping extra tariffs on food imports, so 15% more. Means that the Chinese are going to have a rough time eating. Sorry, folks, your government's silly. Low energy prices are hurting Aramco and other energy providers, but most specifically in the kingdom. So those profits are falling, and their development plans on things like Beyond the Line, which is already a joke, are going to be adjusted, let's say. Serena Williams joins ownership of the Toronto Tempo, which, I'm sorry, Canadians, did you know this was a WNBA team? My condolences there. Andre Agassi and wife Steffi Graf have a son who is actually pitching in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. Jaden Agassi started throwing. Pretty neat video if you have the time to watch it. We've got Microsoft shutting down Skype in May. Surprise to me. Did not know that was coming. And finally, 2 people were actually arrested for stealing that Paddington statue we talked about just a few weeks ago, and the statue's been recovered. So there's your bear story for the day. And believe it or not, there was your 19 stories inside of 6 minutes. So we got a couple moments of bonus time to say thanks to some folks who've been here for a bit, and then you're off and running over to That Park Place live for today's Morning Magic with Jonas J. Campbell and Vash Sky. You guys are amazing. Stick around for just a couple of moments, and I'll say thank you to the people who really do make the channel run. I do appreciate all the support that I get, including the amazing gifty from Ruby Hoove. That's amazing. And of course, we got another one from Hoove. Hoove sends a gifty and makes sure that another person gets a great opportunity to be part of membership. You still owe yesterday's bear story. I know I have one coming out of Branson, Missouri, but I couldn't find a source for it that would be adequate. But apparently bears are now sleeping on a highway, impeding traffic. Like a bunch of them woke up and decided this is the place we're going to lay down. Anyway, we've got a lot more stories out there for sure, even when it comes to the bears. I do want to say thanks again to Hoove, and I saw that we had a member chat from our good friend, Snakes and Funerals, who says, is the Academy on the wrong side of history? Yes, it is. And I think that's going to, play out going forward. I think the fact that they blacklisted Reagan was one of the most telling things ever because it lacked diversity. That's going to bite him in the butt. And finally, one last member chat from our good friend, who's been here for 11 months, almost a full year. And what a great man. Says in South Central Pennsylvania, it's Fastnacht Day. Time to use up all the stuff you won't need during Lent. That's true. Here's hoping everyone has a fabulous Tuesday today. That we will. I just want to say thank you for being a high roller and for being here as long as you have, Hoove. I want to say thanks to Snakes, who's been around for a little bit as well, 7 months. And I want to say thanks to all of you for being here today. So next stop, and you will be automatically redirected on YouTube over to That Park Place for Morning Magic. And for those of you on the green machine, you'll have to go there manually, unfortunately. And for those of you on X, I just want to say thanks. And you can follow That Park Place as well and join them on their stream, Morning Magic, which starts in about, 5 or 6 minutes from now. So as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya for real.